Hello fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here, and in today's episode we're going to be going over a few select pieces that I've gotten over the time that I've been away. And for those that are familiar with my channel, there is an old video of mine that I did talking about one of my favorite Gundams, which still happens to be the Gundam gun cannon. Not entirely sure why it's my favorite, but it's definitely my favorite. So, along with painting this kit, a very good friend of mine, one that I would consider a brother, actually gifted me this piece, and it was for my birthday. So I'm grateful that I have made that friend, and even more so that he knows what I like, essentially. So this piece in particular, I guess, came out in 2011. I'm not entirely sure too much of the backstory behind it, but it's kind of like a Sofubi version of the gun cannon. And sure, it doesn't have all the articulation I would want, but more than anything, it's definitely got the height. So it's definitely going more for the animation accuracy, if anything else. And I think that definitely works in favor with the Sofubi style. And yeah, it's a very unique piece, and I'm grateful to add it to my collection. And like I said, not too much information that I have been able to gather. So if you have some connection, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate that. Here he is in comparison to a G.I. Joe, to kind of give you a sense of scale if you haven't picked up on that already. But yeah, not entirely sure if I'm going to be doing anything particularly special with this one, but I'm just, again, grateful that this was gifted to me, and I did not know this existed at all. I think there's also a RX-78 Gundam as well, similar to this, but outside of that I have no clue. So yeah, now in the time that I've been gone, I basically have been just picking up bodies, picking up the boring stuff, and along with that I've just kind of pieced together two of my lores again. And playing the remastered trilogy, I kind of got inspired to make more of a original style and a modern style. I'm still adding pieces here and there and debating on whether or not to take things away from the classic one, but I like where it's going so far. And yeah, figured it'd be good to utilize the head sculpts that I have. I have so many head sculpts that are just sitting in the parts bin, just waiting to be used, and two of those included these. And these bodies in particular are actually World Box bodies, and they are not only massive, but they weigh a ton. And I wish there was a in-between in terms of those two qualities, because when they fall, you can definitely hear them fall. But yeah, I like the way they're going. I might switch out Chris's body at some point, but something I should also mention is that this Chris came from Japan, and it appears that he was sun faded. He was in the sunlight, and that's why his body was deteriorating at the rate it did. But I replaced it with this one. And I actually got these in a lot for a very good deal, so I picked them up. Figured I'd knock a couple customs off the list. And to give you a sense of scale, here's a look at, a typical G.I. Joe, along with my kind of becoming my favorite, the Soldier Story 3.0 body, I believe. I find myself posing that figure a lot more than I do any other figure in my collection, and it's simply based off of the body that it's using. I feel like it's the right balance between posability and durability for me, so I'm definitely leaning towards getting more of those for future customs. It's a little bit more expensive than I would like to pay, but if I plan on posing them and stuff like that, I do want something that I wouldn't worry about in the long run. So yeah, again, everything in my my collection is a work in progress, so nothing is complete ever. So if I find something to update, I'll let you guys know. Now, with that being said, I kind of took a note out of Matt's creative projects and kind of made my own Barbie adventurer. And this is one that I kind of just pieced together definitely over time, because I had the body for a while. I'm not entirely sure how I got it, probably through one of the many lots that I buy, but I actually found the head recently at Ross for like $4. Or it was a full Barbie, but I took the head and put it on this body because I figured it has the posability. The only thing I don't like about these in particular is the hands. I wish there was some replacement out there, but with that being said, something that did pique my interest and I wanted to get in on the ground floor were these Barbie Basics. Now, basically these are the stepping stone for people to get into customizing and things like that, and I really do think it's striking a chord with the Cotswold bodies that you can get on Cotswold, because the body itself is basic, but then you can go ahead and switch the head. They made it easier for the heads to pop off and on and off without any extra needed steps. So I wanted to get one of these to try out, and color me impressed. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be connected to G.I. Joe. I just want a line of 1/6 scale figures that utilize a generic body at a good price, and you're able to go from there, kind of like setting the ground floor for you to use that as a creative platform. That's what I want, essentially. As much as I would love the 12-inch G.I. Joe to return, I just don't see it in the cards, unfortunately. I think that ship has sailed, and in order to move forward in the hobby, I think someone needs to come in, make a generic body, and then let the people customize it from there. I don't think it's going to be as successful as something that's tied to a franchise, but it's a good way to at least get 1/6 scale back on the toy aisle, essentially. And like I said, this one really knocked it out of the park. I like the articulation, but again, it's more so the hands that I have a problem with. And at $25, you get a figure, you get a head sculpt, and you get a stand. I think that's pretty damn good, along with shoes and an outfit. So what they're essentially doing is basically making different bucks, different builds, and then, you know, allowing you to pop off the head and switch it out, basically leaning into the customizing aspect of collecting. And as you can see here, this is a new peg, along with the previous style of peg that I, of course, modified to make it easier on myself, but no longer will you have to do that. And I think that's great. I think that's something that if someone wanted to, they can utilize that and make it into an action figure line and do scores with it. Kind of similar to Valaverse, if you want to go to that comparison. But I definitely, if you give me a body, give me some basic trunks and a top and a head sculpt for $25, I don't need anything more, because then I can use that to make my own characters, my own customs. But I don't see anyone doing that, at least for right now, which is unfortunate. But there are resources like that, like Cotswold and things like that. So it's out there. It just requires more footwork on your end of it. Take of that what you will. So yeah, I do like this figure. I'm actually thinking about getting 2 more, one to keep in box and one to customize entirely. So that should tell you right there that sparked some creative ability in me again. And that's pretty much it in terms of updates. There's plenty of other figures that I've gotten, but I just wanted to get something out here to showcase that I am not dead. Despite everything going on, I am not dead and I'm still here. Okay, so this is editing me. I decided to cut the update because it got a lot heavier than a small update of my figures was supposed to be. So instead of putting all that heaviness on the end of this video, I think I might make another video. We shall see. But to keep things short, had a lot of mental and physical problems that I had to attend to. But I'm doing okay. And at least I'm trying every day. So it's a step in the right direction. So I'll leave it at that. And if I make a future video, you'll see that when it comes out. But thank you guys, as always, for checking these videos out. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Take care.